I want to highlight a comment I received on my previous video where I was talking about the MSI QD OLED laptop screen. And I was saying, man, this would be fantastic as a gaming monitor because I believe it has 2 milliseconds of persistence. And I was wrong, and I don't know why I misinterpret this graph. I'm going to explain you that better now. So the displays guy, he commented in this video, no, actually look at the oscilloscope graph. That's not what it is. And he's right. So I'm looking at it again, and the thing that threw me off was this. I look at this zoom overview and I thought, okay, 50% picture, 50% black, but that's not what it is. I'm going to explain you better what this is. And this is very, very interesting because this QD OLED screen is refreshing at 480 hertz, okay? And it is repeating the same frame 2 times. So from here to here, we have the same frame, and this same frame is being displayed 2 times, okay? So what I was, the way I interpret this is, okay, if you can do this, so if you can do 480, why are you gonna show me the frame again? Just show me blank. if we get frame here and then this would be black instead, we double the motion clarity. Of course, we also reduce the brightness. We cut the brightness in half. But this would be an awesome opportunity to double the motion clarity. Don't show me the same frame 2 times. So we have 480, give me this, and give me blank, give me black here. And that would double the motion clarity. So that would be this. This is what I interpret initially, because this threw me off. This 2 milliseconds here and this graph, it threw me off. This is what I was expecting, 50%, then 50% blank, then 50%. So basically 50%, you can see the picture here, and then this is black. Okay, so this is like the LG C1 with OLED Motion Pro Medium. Okay, at 120 hertz, you use OLED Motion Pro Medium, and this is what happens. You can see the picture 50% of the time. So basically, the TV, the LG C1, draws the picture left to right, top to bottom, and after it has 50% of the picture, it scrolls that down and the rest is black. Scrolls that down and the rest is black. And that improves the persistence dramatically in a huge way. So that's what I was interpreting here. But this is still a lot bigger than it usually is, because the OLEDs, even without black frame insertion, they always have a drop like this. So they are always showing the picture, and then there's a drop, and then they show you the picture. And that is something that I can capture with my camera. And actually, I'm going to do a video like that because my camera has up to 1/8000 shutter speed. So even without black frame insertion, I still see a black line on the screen, because it is not, you know, it has this down. It has this down. So yeah, I misinterpret that. Remember that I am not an expert, and I will never purposely mislead anyone. I am giving you always the best of my understanding, and I really appreciate when somebody give me a good feedback, instead of saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Instead of saying that, explain, and this is great. And I pinned this comment. So he basically said, yes, it is not a flickerless display, it is flickering, but unfortunately, as Vincent says, and as you can see on the oscilloscope reading, it is 480 hertz strobe rate. It is also like 90% duty cycle, very little blank time. So even if it were 240 hertz strobe rate, it would be very close to sample and hold. So basically that's what, if it were 50% duty cycle, single strobe, 240, yeah, it would be 2 milliseconds of persistence. Yeah, you can read the comment there. So basically, I believe it is still going to look better, because we still have this these two blank periods, but it is very, very, very small. Really, very small. This is a missed opportunity, in my opinion. So if we get a monitor, that can do this, imagine the potential. We can easily get all of this black, and even more. We can reduce this. Even more and have all of this black. So for example, the LG C1, with OLED Motion Pro High is doing this. It's showing you the picture based on my testing. It's showing you the picture like 38% of the time, and the rest is black. 38% of the time, and the rest is black. So this is 38% window size. So you see, left to right, top to bottom, this section of the screen, and then it scrolls that down, the rest is black, scrolls that down, the rest is black, scrolls down. So that improves the motion clarity greatly, and that would be great. This is a missed opportunity, man, and I truly believe that they can give us an OLED that is doing black from insertion, and it follows the EOTF. It's HDR. It follows PQ. I am 100% sure that is possible, because they just need to do an adjustment. So what I want is a display. For example, the G4. Okay, we know the G3 doesn't have 120 hertz black from insertion. It's not confirmed yet, but nobody talks about that, and I believe it would be big news because they remove it from the G2. So if the G3 has it, it would be news. Hey, LG is including 120 hertz black from insertion again. So because I haven't seen that, it doesn't have it. But let's say the G4. What I want is you turn on black from insertion, you don't see any difference near black and in the midtones. So the midtones look perfect, and we only see a reduction on the peak brightness. So if we can get a display that has a 2000 nits peak brightness and it has 200 nits full screen brightness, the peak brightness is not gonna be a problem. We just reduce the peak brightness. So what about the midtones? What about that full screen 200 nits peak brightness? They can release more brightness. For example, on this LG C1, I access the service menu and I turn on module HDR, and I can get 400 nits full screen brightness on SDR. It is possible on the C1. Imagine on that G3. It'll be a lot brighter. So they can easily give you a black from insertion option to improve the motion clarity, and you turn it on and you don't see any difference other than the highlights and the peak brightness for the highlights. So let's say you go from 2000 nits to 800 nits or even 700 nits. That would be fine. That would be great to have that as an option. That's why I saw this and I saw the potential, but it is true. This is not blank. This is not blank, and I would like to have the option of this being black. Okay? So picture and here black, picture black, picture black, and that's not what it is. That is not what it is. So let me know if you have any questions. I still think that there's a lot of potential in having a display that can already do PWM at 480 hertz, because that gives you those options. You can either do that, or you can reduce this. You can reduce the picture time, reduce this, and have all of this black. They can do it and improve the persistence. So yeah, persistence, pixel visibility time, that is what gives you the motion clarity. So for example, the plasma TV, just to do a comment on the plasma TV, at 60 hertz, we have for each frame 10 flashes. And this was explained to me by the chief of Blurrbusters. And I might get it wrong, okay? I'm not saying that this is exactly the way he would explain it. But this is what I remember. This is the way I understood his explanation. So the plasma TV has 2 or 3 of those flashes. They are brighter, okay? So they are brighter flashes. Let's say we have two of them are like this bright, two of them are this bright, and then the rest of them is like this: 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the plasma TV flashes the screen. Instead of doing left to right, top to bottom, the plasma TV flashes the entire screen. Boom. So it does 3 of those flashes very bright, and the rest of them, they are dimmer. And the reason is the plasma TV is doing dithering. So each of these flashes, they have different color combinations. So basically, if you have one color, a different color, and a different color, then you get a result, a color result. So that is dithering. That's my understanding of dithering, okay? So doing this, by the plasma TV doing this, it is reducing the persistence. You see? So the graph will look something like that, see? The graph will look like this. Less dimmer, and then brighter, and then dimmer, see? So this is not black. This is not completely black. It is just dimmer. But that improves the persistence dramatically, in a big time, big way. So having all this headroom to improve the persistence and not using it is criminal, in my opinion. Give me the options. I don't care that the peak brightness is reduced. We just adjust the EOTF so it still looks good. So yeah, we can basically get like an SDR picture, basically like SDR brightness on the picture, but have a much better motion clarity. That's what I would like. Have a lot of options and even have control over this. That would be perfect. If we have control over this, like we have a slider. Okay, how much time of blank you would like to have? Okay, I would like to have all of this being black, or I would like to have all of this being black and just have a small section being so of course that's going to reduce the brightness big time, and there is a limit. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is the potential that I see. Also, just a comment I forgot to mention on that video, because I am not a big fan of QD OLED, because some reviewers have mentioned, you can watch Classy Tech Calibrations. He talks about a QD OLED versus WRGB OLEDs, and he's saying that near black, the QD OLEDs, they have trailing artifacts. So there's a motion problem with QD OLEDs near black. He's saying that it looks like ghosting. So basically, you move the camera near black, there's an issue with the responsiveness of the pixels with the QD OLED technology. And for me, that's a deal breaker. It's a deal breaker because how many games do we have that they are very close to black and they are on the darkness? So yeah, that would be a deal breaker in my opinion. I much rather have that WRGB OLEDs for gaming. And yeah, hopefully we can also get the inkjet printed OLED. They are RGB OLEDs and they're fantastic, but they are very difficult to manufacture and very, very expensive for now. And of course, we're gonna have that micro LED once the price it is greatly reduced. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I checked Display's guy to see if he has a YouTube channel here. And he does, but he's not uploading videos, but he seems to be into this kind of stuff. So again, this is one of the things that I like the most about sharing this kind of information. I am not an expert, but I like this stuff. I'm an enthusiast, and when I get a comment that makes me go back and or give me a good feedback or good information, and yeah, just constructive things, not like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't help. He's telling me, hey, he's commenting like, this is good stuff. That's what I want. That's what I like. So yeah, but this display is flickering. Okay, somebody commented that it doesn't have flickering. It does. We can look at the flickering here. Even HDTV tests give you a warning. extreme flickering incoming. And we can see how it flickers because he's recording it at 1000 frames per second. So it flickers. So I saw this, and then I saw that oscilloscope, and I was a little bit confused. So I saw this 2 milliseconds, and I saw this up and down 50%, but no, this is what it's doing. 50% of the time doing this. So it's basically showing you the same frame 2 times. That's it. Same frame, the next frame, the same frame again. That's what it's doing. That's so weird, so interesting. Why don't they have, why you don't have that screen refreshing at 480 hertz with different frames? Why not? Of course, there are other limitations that I am not aware of. But this screen, this display, should be able to do 480. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you have any questions.